Dylan, what an amazing story. I found you online. I saw this story and just wanted to touch base with you for a few minutes, understand what you did and why you are a part of hobby history now. Maybe introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
Yeah, my name's Dylan. I'm a lifelong card and autograph collector, obsessive New York Mets fan. And I'm here because back in 2015, 10 years ago, Topps ran a photography contest on Instagram where they were asking folks basically to post pictures of them at baseball games throughout the season. And they were going to randomly select a handful of them to be included in 2015 Topps opening day. So I posted a shot that I took at a Mets game at Citi Field. Topps happened to see it. I basically won the contest, and yeah, photo that I took was included in 2015 Topps opening day, and my name's on the checklist. I have a card in the set, and yeah, it's just like a lifelong dream, I think, for any card collector to kind of have their own card.
Absolutely. So we'll back up a little bit. Now, did you have the ticket for the game before you found out about the contest?
I go to growing up I went to a ton of Mets games, so I don't think so. I actually think I might have even taken the photo and posted it before I saw the contest.
Okay.
So in order to enter the contest, you just had to use hashtag Tops Now or Tops Live. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was potentially a later gram, or I threw the hashtag on a post that I had previously uploaded. In hindsight, I think because the shot that was selected and won was of like the American flag spread across the outfield at Citi Field, and that leads me to believe it was opening day, which is ironic because that it was in opening day.
Right.
Um, yeah, I think I previously posted it.
That makes it even more impressive, right? So it wasn't even a shot that you were trying to win a contest with. It was just a shot you took for social media,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, in the early days of Instagram, I was just obsessed with the idea of like an aesthetically pleasing grid and posting great photos. So
That's really funny.
this one made the cut.
So then you said for 6 months or so you just kind of forgot about it, right? Like yeah, it's one of those things that you enter and you think, oh, I'm
Yeah,
never gonna win this, like whatever. How did you get reached out to then?
I got an email. I mean, I could probably pull it up right now. I got an email from Topps that said something to the effect of like, "Congratulations, you won, and can you sign this release form and send us a high-res image of the photo that you took? Confirm the spelling of your name for the card and for the checklist, and basically it would be included in packs and in the set of 2015 Topps opening day."
Now, did they give you? Is there anything that you get from Tops other than just your name in the set?
Yeah, we got each of the winners received a special kind of like rainbow foil version of the set. So I think there were 17 of us that were in the stadium scene set within Topps opening day, and all 17 of us received like a special rainbow foil version. I tried sending it to PSA to see if they would like slab it, but because it's not officially on the checklist, they
Mhm.
said they basically would slab it as the card, but they weren't able to include like the variation on the slab.
Interesting. Okay, so I love what you did here. So you talk about how you have the set. You want to get PSA to slab your card. Your name is
Yeah,
literally on the card, as people are going to be able
yeah,
to see during the clips.
yeah.
Originally, PSA slabbed the card as a Mets team card rather than including your name on the label. So what'd you do?
Yes.
You crowdsourced here and you went to Twitter for help. So talk me through the thought process. I mean, obviously your name is on the card. When you went to PSA, were you hoping that your name was going to be, on the PSA slab?
Yeah, I mean, my name is on the checklist. My name is on the card. I assumed that once I submitted it, it would come back with my name on the slab at least initially. So I didn't reach out to anyone at PSA out the gate. I kind of just had a handful of these cards that I had pulled myself, which is an insane feeling of
Hmm.
pulling your own card from a pack as a collector. Stuff that I had bought online in the hopes of finding a 10 in there, and just sent a bunch of them into PSA. And what I received back, exactly what you had said, the slab had said New York Mets, or it was essentially like a New York Mets team card. My name was nowhere to be found on the slab. And it's so funny because I tell this story to folks that aren't collectors and no one understands or cares. But I feel like you and also your listeners are gonna resonate with the fact that like it's anyone's dream basically to have their name on a PSA slab as a collector. So I just tweeted something to the effect of like, "Hey, do I know anyone at PSA? I I'm hoping to have a slab revised. Like they incorrectly put the Mets team name instead of the name of on the checklist." And I'm sure there was some like brief conversation when they first received the initial batch, like, "Oh, someone wants this cool Mets card slab." Like I don't think they looked at who was sending it and assumed that it was me, and they probably just said, "Oh, they probably would want it to say New York Mets versus some name of a random collector that no one knows." So yeah, like almost instantly, I got a response back from PSA and the incredible social team there that like noticed that it was me who had submitted. Basically said that there are actually two versions of the checklist, ones that have the name of the photographers and the winners of this contest, and then the other which has the team name of the cards that are featured. And basically said if I want to resubmit, they're happy to change the slab. So I did that, and a couple weeks later, I received a bunch of slabbed cards with my name on the slab. I don't know.
There you go. I can see it now. So I got to tell you, you're right that most. I'm sure if I told my wife or my mother-in-law, they would yawn and say, "Who gives a damn?" But in the hobby, I think a PSA slab is a badge of honor.
So
Was it
cool.
more important to you to have? And this might sound like a weird question. Was it more important to you to have your name on the PSA slab than was the actual card?
Oh no, I mean having it on the card was a huge win. I'm
Sure.
just like, I don't know, greedy now at this point and trying to like trying to get the entire PSA pop of my card. At first I was just trying to get a 10. I didn't get a 10 out of the initial submission. Then I went down the rabbit hole of trying to get myself in the autograph database and try to get the autographs slabbed, which is a whole nother story. But yeah, now I'm just trying to like collect my card essentially, like Bobby Witt Jr. does, or any of these players now that are putting bounties out for their cards.
That's amazing. I love the fact that it was important to you to have. And you're right. PSA was probably thinking they were doing some random person a favor by putting New York Mets on there
Yeah,
rather
for
than
sure. And
your name.
I would go to card shows in White Plains in New York after the set was released, and I would see it for sale like at the booth, for $1 or $2, and it was being sold as a Mets team card. And just knowing like my former self as like an autograph seeker and collector, like I probably would have used a card like this to try to get autographs of players whose card I didn't have, or who didn't have a card, or a coach or something like that. So it definitely plays well as a team card, but I'm probably the only person in the world that asked for the name on the slab to be changed.
Absolutely love it. Did you ever hear from the Mets?
Not with regards to like this card in particular. I mean, I was a bat boy for the Mets in like 2004, 2005 in spring training, which was great as a fan. And so I've met folks that work at the Mets or for the Mets over the years, but no one reached out about this card in particular.
Okay, interesting. So my buddy Anthony, who I rip with on Two Bros every day, anybody who watches our show knows our Twitch stream, Two Bros. He wanted me to ask you: do you find some special significance that it was the Mets World Series year in 2015 that this set comes in?
Oh yeah, yes, okay, of course. So initially, this was my big hope. This was my hope. My hope was that the Mets would win the World Series in 2015, and then I would do like a personal project of trying to get everyone on the World Series roster to sign a version of my card in 2015 tops, and then have all of those essentially like signed and slabbed. So yeah, that the initial goal, once it was like clear that they had a legit shot of winning, was to basically get like a team signed version of this card as a set, which never came to fruition. But I think it's cool. I mean, 2015 is an iconic year in Mets history, so
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. As soon as I shared it with him, he's like, "Oh, 2015." He's like, "What a perfect year to have it happen." How many people have reached out to you to have you autograph the card?
I'd say probably like 5 or 6, which is insane. I'm sure as a member of the hobby that there are like set collectors that try to get an autograph from every card in a set. So Definitely fewer now, but right when it came out, there were a bunch of set collectors trying to get one of every card in 2015 Topps opening day signed. So I would get DMs on Twitter and on Instagram. I would get I was a member of like sports collecting forums and stuff like that back in the day, and would get messages there asking for my address. And in the same way that growing up, I would send TTM requests to stadiums and spring trainings and players' homes asking for autographs. I was on the receiving end of those for a handful of times for my card, which is that was probably the coolest for me.
I imagine.
Yeah, so I was loading them up with inscriptions.
I was going to ask you, did you inscribe them all? Did you give better effort than like Anthony Richardson gives to signing his cards? Did everybody get a full effort from you and an inscription?
I think every member of the hobby, especially those that collect autographs, because it's a bit different than those that just strictly collect cards, obsesses over a good signature and a good spot to sign and the correct pen to use. And so I have been practicing and perfecting my signature for as long as I can remember. So it was great to sign the cards and what I thought was the perfect spot and the perfect pen choice with the right inscriptions.
That's amazing. Did you how many of these cards do you own?
Probably like 20 to 30.
Okay.
At this point. Yeah. I think, I don't know exactly what the PSA pop is on them, but it's definitely all.
You're probably the largest. You're probably the largest holder of the card, right?
The only holder.
You have the largest position when it comes to this to the PSA pop counter.
Market.
Have you been back to the seats where you took the picture from?
Probably not the exact seats. We didn't have season tickets or a ticket plan or anything like that growing up. So we were always sitting in different seats throughout the course of the stadium. But I remember, it was on the third base side, maybe even in left field based on where the shot is. So, but I don't think I've been back to those exact seats.
It'd be kind of fun sometime if you went back to another opening day. And maybe
10-year anniversary.
Retook the picture again, if you could find the rough equivalent of those seats.
I'd love that. Nothing better than opening day.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So can you maybe just tell us a little bit about what you're doing now? Really fun, Crypto the Game. Something that I feel like people in the hobby might be interested in if they haven't heard about it. It seems like it's kind of in the same vein.
Yeah, so I worked at an app called HQ Trivia for a few years, which was hosted by a fellow member of the hobby, Scott Rogowski, who we share a lot of similarities in the sense that he has a card in 2018, Allen and Ginter, as a celebrity for his time at HQ. Which unfortunately for him is Ohtani. I think it's Ohtani's rookie year. So whenever I buy packs of 2015 Topps opening day, they're like $1 or $2. And whenever he buys packs, I'm trying to pull his card. They're so expensive because of Ohtani. When I started my career in TV, stumbled upon tech by way of this app HQ Trivia. And the impetus behind Crypto the Game is that in the same way that HQ took a traditional TV game show and made it live and mobile and interactive, Crypto the Game does that with a Survivor format. So we've run 3 seasons so far, and essentially hundreds of people sign up and buy in, and all of that goes to a pot. And then over the course of 10 days, everyone's randomly assigned to tribes. You compete in different like digital challenges for immunity. So think like classic arcade games or digital scavenger hunts or puzzles. And then every night people vote people out from within their tribe if they don't win immunity. So
I like it.
It's an incredibly viral game and very social in nature, but it's been a blast to build.
That's fun. That sounds right up a bunch of people's alley here, including myself. So I think I might have to check that out. You also might be back with us soon if the DACW live tweet that you mentioned and tagged comes to fruition. So hopefully in the near future we might see you again. So let me ask you this: if you bought that pack, obviously we're talking about the LeBron James, Steph Curry, KD Olympic pack, Topps Now from last year. No question in your mind, you rip it?
100%. Oh my God. I would rip it as soon as I got it.
Man, the odds are getting clearly better by the day. And I feel like at this point, it's a very worthwhile gamble.
It's out there. I mean, the only other thing in the back of my mind is like, one, maybe it got lost in the mail, or two, is there someone that ripped it, freaked out, put it in a safe, never told anyone about it. I don't know about that. But
That
yes, I would rip it in a half a
that
second.
seems a little far fetched, right? Like people can't keep a secret. So I feel like
Yeah.
if somebody knows what it is, I feel like we would all know that it's been pulled at this point.
Yes. Yes. No, I don't have any sealed boxes or packs from my entire life.
Yeah, I
All
couldn't
of
either.
them.
I always regret that being, 49 years old. Boy, if I would have kept a sealed 80, like 86 Fleer basketball.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
come
will
on.
say I have two young kids, and what I've been doing is buying boxes of cards from their birth year and keeping them sealed. And who knows if either of them will be into the hobby, but the thinking is when they're 13 or 18 or whatever age, they can either decide to open them, hold them, sell them, etc. So
I love it.
maybe it's a good year.